What's up, beautiful besties, and welcome into Turning Tides Tarot. My name is Alicia. Thank you all so very much for tuning in with me. It is a late Saturday night, and Spirit was like, girl, you need to get out here and get a reading for your tribe. I know it's been a couple days at least, but y'all, I don't know what that full moon was doing, but it was bringing some issues up to the surface that have been, for me personally anyway, it's been bringing things to a head, situations that have been needing to be handled. I feel like you would have stepped in to handle things personally. You may have been experiencing just a little bit of chaotic energy or having a lot going on all at once. Geez, I can relate to that. I'll tell you what, this is literally the first time I'm able to energetically sit down and do a reading for y'all. It has been wild, okay, the last, I'd say 48 hours. But you know what? It's been good. I feel like you're getting things handled. I feel like you're out here handling your business, okay? You're out here handling your business. Somebody throws something at you and you are taking care of business. That's what I'm hearing, okay? So let me know if you've been feeling that way too. Like, I don't know, it's like everything has, I don't know, reached some kind of point where it's like, and full moons will kind of do that to you, right? It's the moon of manifestation. So things grow and grow and grow, and then they come to this culmination point where, yeah, I don't know, people were just handling business, okay? Handling business this full moon, not taking anything. Yeah, look at that. Who handles business? The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands just does not sit back and let things slide, okay? The Queen of Wands goes out and gets shit done, all right? Now, whether that's like running all your errands or taking a leadership role, stepping it up at work perhaps, or in a social situation, taking the lead. If something needs to be handled, you're not letting it stay in someone else's hands because those hands just weren't capable, were they? Okay, that's what it feels like. It's like, I'm taking the power back. I'm taking leadership, stepping into the leadership role in this situation. I'm going to handle it. I'm going to handle the business. Okay. So that I feel like, if you're on the same vibe, let me know, because the Queen of Wands, like, is very capable. She might not be great at, she might not be great at paying attention to the little things, the small details. She is very much goal oriented, so she gets shit done, okay? No matter what your gender is out here, this can resonate with your energy, okay? Very much connected to your intuition, okay? You are magnetic, you're attractive, you've got that like kind of X factor about you. People have a hard time. When you are sitting in the Queen of Wands energy, people have a hard time saying no to you, okay? And you just don't let things slide, okay? You just don't let things slide, okay? And that's what it is. You're out here taking care of business, sitting in the Queen of Wands energy, getting things done. Okay, and I feel a very strong, independent type of energy around right now, okay? And maybe this full moon kind of brought that out of you if you're normally somebody who kind of is really laid back, this last, 48 hours or so could have really, you could have really kicked it into high gear and said, you know what, I'm not waiting for you to make a move, or I'm going out and I'm getting it done. Anyways, taking care of business. Okay, we have Temperance. Listen, Temperance comes up in a reading where we need some kind of healing. We need some kind of balance. Things need to maybe we need to moderate, okay? Maybe you were a moderator. Maybe you stepped in some kind of conflict to kind of smooth things out. That could be for some of you, if you were a mediator in some type of way. But really, Temperance for me is like, okay, we're going to get our head and our heart on the same page. We're going to get this group of people and that group to get people working together. It's all about coming together, reconciling differences, balancing of the energy, turning something very painful into something powerful, a bad situation into something good, okay? I'm going to keep it out here general because it can apply to literally any or all areas of your life, okay? The energy that, we're sitting in right now, the energetic weather is, okay, if you want peace, you want harmony, you want balance, you want to remedy the situation, you're going to have to go out and get it done yourself. You have what it takes here. You have this aura about you that like you can bring peace to the situation, okay? You can bring peace to the situation, especially if there has been an energy of chaos or conflict around you. Okay. So that's what you've been out here doing. Yeah. I mean, you're wielding the sword of truth. Okay. You are out here speaking the truth, communicating your personal truth, getting down to the bottom of things, cutting through any bullshit. You know, the Ace of Swords brings clarity and justice and communication. Okay. And Gemini, I know the full moon was in Gemini. We've been talking about it, but this was like a super moon or something, right? So the energy was really powerful. I'll tell you what, I really felt it too. But anyways, um, Gemini is an air sign, okay? And, you know, Gemini can speak to being of two minds about something too, right? But it also is ruled by Mercury, which is communication, okay? Communication, breakdowns. We are still sitting in the shadow of Mercury retrograde, folks. So you were out here saying, okay, if there's been any kind of confusion about where it is that I stand, let me make myself clear. Okay. Let me make things crystal clear to you that this is not going to fly, or this is how it needs to go. You know, handling business. Okay. You're out here handling business. I love it. Okay. Speaking your truth, opening lines of communication, being very direct, being very clear. Okay. About what it is that you want, or laying down the law in some kind of way. All right. Laying down the law in some kind of way. We have the Page of Pentacles. You're out here. This is something maybe new for you. Okay. Um, Maybe you're super comfortable in doing that. Maybe you aren't, but to me, it feels like with the Page of Pentacles, you're like, this is I got to take practical steps. I got to get out here and I got to, you know, I got to work towards this goal that I have. I feel like you see where things ought to be or how things ought to be. And now this could be a vision for the world even, okay? And maybe you're speaking truth, maybe you're speaking to, I don't know, writing a letter to your government, or getting out there and doing some kind of action. I mean, I don't know, right? It's going to be different for everyone out here. Maybe you're writing a letter to a partner or someone, a friend or a family member or whatever, having a hard conversation. You are handling the hard stuff. It's like, I saw this creator and it was really good because she was talking about, like, okay, people who have ADHD, and I'm not saying you do, but I know I do, have a really hard time with their executive function and getting the hard stuff done. So hard things to somebody who has, you know, ADHD tendencies or whatever, diagnosed or not, would be like, okay, I'm calling the doctor. That would be something that's kind of scary. Or, okay, I'm going to go talk to the authorities, or I got to file this paperwork. I got to do tedious little things that normally you don't, you know, it's just kind of scares you. Not scares you like it's scary, but like you just don't want to do it. It doesn't give you a dopamine hit. So like doing it would actually suck really hard. Like, you know, you're not motivated to do it. That could be the kind of business that you've been taking care of it. So this creator was like, give yourself 1 hour a day and call it scary hour. And you go and you take care of all that scary shit. And then whatever you don't get done gets rolled over to your next scary hour the next day. So for some of you, it was just that, taking care, closing loops, doing things that you should have done. And maybe it went too far. And maybe it's getting some bills paid or whatever it is, right? Making those phone calls where they put you on hold for 45 minutes, you know, that kind of shit. Whatever it is, however it worked out for you, you got it done because you needed to, it was the next practical step. And even if it was like, it was something, I feel like it could have been started small, okay, that you need to take care of, but maybe let it slide or let someone else take care of it for a while, and it just wasn't getting done, so you had to step in. Now, you know the way things are supposed to go, ought to go, how they should be, you know, that kind of thing with the High Priestess here. And I feel like you were coming in with solutions, okay? You've come in with solutions, or you just know the next steps that need to be taken, okay, in the situation, and you went ahead and did that, because whatever it was, 10 of Wands, it has been weighing on you heavily for some time, and here you are taking care of business, okay? So yeah. Why is this energy coming out? Is this confirming where we've been, what we're doing? Yeah, the Magician. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. What this does for you, let's talk about it. With the Magician showing up here, it's like taking care of all this business, getting it out of the way, saying the hard thing, doing the scary stuff, doing whatever you needed to do, speaking your truth, whatever it was, it has freed you up to now focus on what it is that you actually want to do with your time, energy, effort. You know what I mean? It frees up space for you, okay? Because we have the hangman. It's almost like with this energy here, it's almost like spirit saying, okay, you can't let this slide anymore, or you can't let this go unchecked anymore. You can't uh, sweep this under the rug or have someone else handle this anymore. You got to go ahead and step up and just take care of it yourself. That way, it's like until you do, nothing's really going to change. Nothing's really going to move. So it's almost like, even if it feels like it was small and maybe it was just some adulting things that you had to take care of, it was actually the thought of it, the weight of it, you know, the situation has now been handled. And so now it frees you up. All of that was just so heavy on you. It was, even unbeknownst to you, it was keeping you kind of stuck. And maybe you had to look at things differently. Maybe you had to take a moment, take a step back and figure out, okay, if they can't handle this, I gotta step in and do it myself, whatever. You know, it was actually kind of getting in the way of your own. It was pulling you out of focus, okay, when it comes to what you wish for, what you desire. It also brought in a level of healing. Some part of yourself, your little inner child, you know, maybe was healed when you did this, when you took care of things like that. Yeah, I mean, you are now in alignment. And I feel like it has opened up even a stronger channel between you and your guides with the star. Okay, all right, that's major energy. A lot of major energy here, folks. A lot of major energy. What do we have? Look at this. Look at this. I feel like some of you have been, I need to know exactly what this is. It's going to be, like I said, a little bit different for everyone. But some of you are going back and forth about what it is that makes me happy, okay? And maybe you've been weighing out, okay, where do I put my focus? What do I do with my time? What do I do with my energy? I should be doing this, but maybe I got to do that instead, you know? Yeah, you were going back and forth a little bit here about whether or not you should even maybe get involved, or if this was in alignment with what you should be doing. Oh, I know it feels. With the 10 of Cups, I got to say your guides, your angels, ancestors, spirit, the universe, God, everyone said you made the right choice, okay? Because you are free to focus on what brings in your happiness, what brings in your abundance now. The situation has been cleared out. Situation has been taken care of. The situation has been handled, okay? Now, you might be wondering what to do next. What do I do next? Where do I go from here? So that's going to be my question. What do you do next? Where do you go from here? 6 of Cups. Okay. I'm going to take 3 for this one. 8, you keep pushing. You keep moving forward. 6 of Cups. 8 of... 8 of Wands. The Tower. Oh. The Empress. Listen. Here's the 2 of Cups. Okay, look. I feel like you keep on pushing. You keep on moving forward here. You keep on giving people the business. I keep hearing that. Give them the business. All right. Someone here has stepped into their power, reclaimed their power, and Spirit does not want you to stop. Spirit does not want you to stop. Basically, what's happening here is a massive transformation. I feel like even you are surprising yourself. You may have surprised yourself by your ability to handle this business. Also, I feel like you're meant to keep doing it. So let's say you were standing up for someone, okay? And it's just reminding me actually of a situation that I ran into where there was some bullying and things like that. I was dealing with some school stuff with my kid. And you decided, okay, enough's enough. Okay, and you went in and you took care of business and you made sure that that kind of situation was never going to happen again, okay? Now, the steps that I took, whatever, I'm going to keep that offline. I don't know who tunes in, but I'll tell you that there won't be any more bullying going on. at that school, okay, or at least to my son, right? Went and took care of some business. So, you might be asked now to go ahead and become an advocate. So maybe you were an advocate for someone. You may be asked to not stop doing that. So maybe, like for me personally, I might take it as, well, maybe I should start a mom's club, or maybe I should start an anti-bullying mothers against kind of a situation going on, okay? Or, where you're advocating for other people, right? Now, it could be women's issues with the Empress, okay? It could be maybe you stood up to somebody, maybe you spoke your truth, maybe you're handling some business at work, okay? To do with some kind of advocacy for yourself, for someone else, and you're being pushed to take it the next step further. Take that out further, okay? Maybe you're here advocating for children. Maybe you're out here blocking ice. If you're in the States, congratulations, amazing. Keep doing the good work, okay, out there. Stay safe, friends, and keep others safe. There's something here that I feel like your effectiveness in handling the situation, you are going to become, you almost might fall into something where people come to you for advice on how to handle business as well, okay? So again, you're almost like really, you're just surprisingly, okay? And I'm not saying it because I don't feel like you're skilled and talented in whatever you're doing. That's not it. But you're surprising yourself at how efficient, effective, and good at handling this business you are, okay? You know what I mean? So much so that you might be being encouraged here to go ahead and take that out to others as well, okay? And to help other people handle their business, okay? Or handle business for other people. You're going to fall into something like that. And because I say that because the Empress is somebody who's very nurturing, very kind, compassionate, abundant, but also the Empress don't play, okay? The Empress don't play. And I feel like you'll also be surprising others at your success, okay, and your abilities, okay? Not just yourself, you're surprising, but other people are going to be like, oh, dang, I didn't know you had that in you, or holy, you're not messing around, that kind of a thing. So I see that, and I see that especially when it comes to maybe working with kids or vulnerable people, or people, I'm just gonna say maybe vulnerable communities, where you are standing up for some kind of human rights situation, okay? Kids' rights, human rights, whatever. Now, I have the Two of Cups here that was sitting under the deck, and I feel like what's interesting is it's taking a little bit of a turn, because I'm seeing a path of where you could go on, like, not okay. I hope you're picking up what I'm putting down. I said you might tumble into some form of um, official advocacy, or in some way, right? You might become like a liaison, or you might be put into a position where you are helping others because people see you as being 100% right, or 100% capable, or someone who gets shit done, right? So people might start coming to you for that. Now, you're going to be put into some kind of position where you're going to all of a sudden open up your world and possibilities to new people, new places, new situations. And I have to say, I can't ignore the Two of Cups and the Six of Cups sitting together. You're over here in this independent energy, as this Queen of Wands, and giving hella independent energy that I'm picking up on. So you're probably single, okay? This is going to lead to you meeting like-minded people who can match your energy, okay? And I feel like, I don't know if you're going to get involved with some kind of group or what it is, but again, you are going to be put into a situation that actually you don't even expect it. It's not going to be like, I'm doing this so that I can meet someone. Like, you're not. You have a totally different intention. So the Spirit's actually putting you in alignment with a potential soulmate. Okay, I have to say that because it's here and it's blatant to me. And I feel like it is going to come out of nowhere. You're not going to see that coming. Okay, so I would advise with this kind of a situation, this is one of those, how the hell did I get here kind of moments? Being like, I can't believe it. One thing leads to another. And this is the magic of the universe, okay? You are going to be put in the right place, at the right time with the right people, and you may end up falling ass backwards into a soulmate connection. That's what I see here. That's what I see coming, which is really interesting because this reading wasn't about love at first, right? And that's what it is. And I feel like there's potential here for you to, um, in following your passion, following this intuitive hit to stand up and advocate or handle business or however this hits for you in your life. This is where you are actually going to meet up with, and I'm saying it, a new connection, a new soulmate of some sort, even though y'all weren't out here looking for that, okay? Not at this place you weren't, This is where you're going to end up finding your next person. Okay, that's what's coming through pretty heavy from spirit. I feel like looking back, once this happens, once this fully plays out in your life, if this story is meant for you, if this energy is where you truly are right now, um, I feel like it's going to be one of these moments where you look back and you say, how the hell did that happen? How the hell did that happen? It went from this to that, and all of a sudden there's love. Like, wow, okay, I didn't see this coming. And a lot of the times people say this love hits you, when you don't see it coming, when you're not looking for it. This is that kind of a scenario. You could almost make a Hallmark movie out of this. This is like, I can see it now. There's someone out here who really loves the trees, and they're standing out and they're like, don't cut down those trees just to use them for Christmas. And then someone comes in. I don't know. I'm just trying to make up a Hallmark movie script, but I don't know if I'm really good at it. I don't really tune into those too much, but you know what I mean? It's like you end up meeting this person, person of your dreams. You know what I mean? And I say that because this is the energy, like the person of your dreams coming in. Okay, that is that too, right? This star and the 10 of cups. Like, I got my happily ever after out of this whole situation. Like, how did this even happen? Hallmark needs to make a movie out of this one. Okay. All right. So that's interesting. And I hope y'all are still following me. I don't know exactly whose story this is, but I'll tell you, it's, this person, I can tell you one thing about this person without even drawing any more cards on it, is this person is going to match your energy like no one else because they believe in the same things as you do. Like, they're there, they're showing up, they're doing the same things. You know what I mean? This is a genuine match. You are calling in someone from your soul tribe, somebody who has that same vibration as you do. Okay, so I'm seeing this as something that is a really lovely, welcomed, and truly unexpected surprise coming out of all of this, just because you couldn't handle it no more, and you took your power and you started making decisions, or you started you took the leadership role in a situation, and perhaps for some of you there's advocacy involved in that, but yeah, it's just because you got fed up and you took matters into your own hands, is what I want to say. You took matters into your own hands. Okay. All right. What else? Is there anything else here, Spirit? I feel like the message is transmitted for the evening, but like I said, I will be back. I'm clearing out my schedule. I'm actually closing the shop starting Monday. I haven't even made the announcement in my community, but I'm closing the shop early so that I can get caught up on some personals, some readings for y'all. I still haven't recorded that Twin Flame holiday special that I really want to do. And Spirit really put that on my heart heavily, and haven't had a chance to do that yet, y'all. I just need to catch up because your girl's going to be doing a little traveling to see family for the holidays. So, yeah, it'll be good. But anyways, 10 of, okay, the other thing Spirit just wants to say, sure, 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups, the Star, 2 of Cups. Like, all this here is telling me, y'all, and with the Tower, this is going to be your forever person. I have to tell you. And it is giving the unexpected, I can't even, like, Hallmark movie type of, like, a meet cute or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? It's giving a really good story to tell to your grandkids or however it works out. You know what I mean? a really good story of like two people who just did not expect to find each other, finding each other, and then it being them being the one. Like, you know what I mean? That's what it's given. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups to start. I mean, you can't ask for something better than this. And it's interesting the way it's going to play out. Like I said, they could probably make a freaking Hallmark movie about it. And that's pretty much where the message ends here, because we have the 7 of Pentacles. It's literally going to be born out of your frustration. It is going to be born out of a frustrating situation. And it's kind of funny. It's going to be one of those moments that you look back on and you say, I cannot believe this, you know? Instead of waiting around for something to, you know, waiting around, you went ahead and you took matters into your own hands, and you got the ball rolling somehow, okay, in your life. And yeah, it's a payoff, the payoff that you have really been waiting for, meeting that one person, especially if you've been holding out, especially if you've been out here holding out, okay, for like the perfect match or the one, you know what I mean? I see that happening for our collective, okay? And in the near future, if we're pulling on the energy, y'all, then okay, it's coming in, right? If it's coming out in the cards, then it's close, all right? So with that, I'm just gonna upload this straight to YouTube and get the message out, and I will be back as soon as I possibly can, friends. And yeah, I'm just sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. If you like this message, or if you can relate and you want to offer energy exchange in any kind of way, you can do so by, you know, liking or hyping the reading. If it really works for you, you can let me know how this is playing out in your life, what kind of business you've had to handle. Like this is like, beauty is born out of the chaos. Okay, this is the energy here. And so if you've been going through those chaotic moments, let me know how this is hitting for you, okay? And yeah, if you feel like, you know, joining up on our Good Vibe Tribe, excellent. Ordering a personal, all those things. Thank you for your support. It really means the world to me, and it does help me focus and bringing more readings out to YouTube. So anyway, I will read for you again soon. Take care and have a great day, night, evening, whatever you find this. Bye.